we got FightFan.com here in Montreal with super welterweight prospect Antonin Decarie. Antonin, how old are you, and what's your name, and where's your hometown?
My name is Antonin Decarie. I'm 25. I'm from Montreal, Quebec, Canada.
And what's your record right now?
20-0. I just won. I won in May. I won the NABO welterweight title, and now I just defended October 4th.
And how many knockouts?
6 knockouts.
How did you get your start in boxing, man?
Like a lot of kids in Quebec, I was playing hockey before, and then when I was about 12, 13, I was a little too small for the game. So there was a boxing gym near my house. I just went there, I tried it, I loved it, and I had good result right away. So I stick to it, and now I'm a pro fighter. I didn't expect that at the beginning.
Who are some of your favorite boxers or your guys you looked up to growing up?
Growing up, I was looking to the one guy from here. His name is Eric Luca, who's always a big name in Quebec. There was also Arturo Gatti that made it big, which was also from here. And I was always a big fan of Oscar de la Hoya.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about your amateur career. I read that you were the 3-time Canadian champion.
4 times in a row, 5 times in a row, but 1 time intermediate. And then when I was 18, I won the title 4 times in a row, and then I turned pro after that.
Okay. And what was your amateur record?
I had almost 100 fights, about 80-20 approximately. My record was. I did a lot of international fights. I went to the Francophone game, Commonwealth game, Pan American game, World Championship, everything but the Olympic.
For someone, I mean, there's a lot of people that haven't seen you that read our site. How would you describe your style?
I'm an intense fighter. Since I throw a lot of punches, I'm technically pretty good. I have good speed, good technique. I'm not the biggest puncher, but I throw a lot, so I wear down my opponent. I have enough power to be respect. You know, I'm not they don't walk all over me, but I wouldn't say I have a big the knockout punch, but I'm able to get respected, and I throw a lot, so they get pretty messed up at the end of the fight.
What can you tell us about your early pro career, like getting to where you are now?
Well, I started. I was originally with Interbox. I signed a 2-year contract with these guys. I fought a lot of time at the Bell Center, and I was able to build up my record. And then I had a shot at the Canadian title, which I win after my 7 or 8 fight. After that, after my 2 years, I decided to go with Groupe Montreal. No bad feeling. We're still a pretty good relationship with Interbox, but it was a better move for me. Okay. It was a business move, I guess. And then I started having bigger fight. I was able to fight for the main event a few times. My fights were always televised, so I had more visibility, I would say. I was able to get a North American shot. My 2-3 last guy have been pretty hard, pretty good. I was able to improve a lot in those fights, and it's going really well. I
was going to say, we noticed you've been stepping up the competition in the last few fights.
Yeah, I did.
How do you feel you're progressing in that way? Are you pretty happy with how it's working?
Very happy, because every time lately we've been fighting better guys, and I've offered better performances. You know, like I train harder, I'm more dedicated, but not that there was ever a problem. I was always a very dedicated fighter, but when you have a better guy in front of you, it's you're more into it. You know, like you really want to do good, you want to improve, and you know that a win against this guy is going to bring you somewhere, which is quite motivating.
What can you tell us about? I mean, Montreal's sort of in a boxing. It's a nice time to be in Montreal as a pro boxer. What can you tell us about being a Montreal fighter right now?
Well, it's amazing. The response we get from the fan is crazy. Tonight, you could just see there's probably going to be 18,000 people for the Boute's fight, just like a Montreal Canadian fight. Game, I mean.
Sometimes it's a fight too, right?
Yeah, sometimes, especially this year since we got Larac. But no, honestly, the response from the fan is amazing. We have a lot of fighter, a lot of shows, so we're able to actually make a living out of it. There's a lot of good trainers, a lot of good sparring, a lot of show. Honestly, I think it's the best. The Montreal was never like that before, so it just happened that we're there at the perfect time. So
it's great to see, and it's great to see in Canada, I think, too.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so when can we see you next in the ring? You're saying January?
January, maybe in Florida, or February again at the Montreal Casino here.
Okay.
Either or.
And you don't know who you're going to be fighting?
No, not my coach was telling me about a guy. but nothing is signed, so it's pointless to talk about it.
If it were up to you, is there anybody that you'd want to fight pretty soon here?
Well, just before the last fight, I don't know if you guys heard about it, but there was a lot of rumors about Gatti making a comeback and he wanted to fight me.
Yeah.
I would have been very proud to fight him. Like I said before, I was always a big fan. I grew up watching him, so if he offered me a shot, I would have been very proud. Just the fact that my name was mentioned with him, it was actually really nice. But
I mean, you know, fighting Gatti, I mean, would you be able to handle that? Would it almost be too much, or?
Honestly, I would take him. You know, like I want to prove that I'm one of the best in the world at my weight. So taking Gatti would be just another step up, and I wouldn't mind at all. But I mean, I have a lot of respect for him. He's a big puncher. You always have to be careful with fighters like this. But I think I would be ready for that.
Okay. I mean, is there anything else you want to say here? Like. We're looking forward to watching you progress, and hopefully in the next couple of years.
Yeah, well, definitely. Thanks a lot for giving me a shot, a little bit more exposure, and watch me. You're gonna enjoy it. My next fight is gonna be on Radio Canada, all over Canada. So I'm telling you, don't miss it.
Thanks, Anthony.
All right, thanks a lot.